Saiyan ventured beyond the limits of known. Guided by his instinct, he reached a remote corner of space where energy radiated a powerful presence. Intrigued, Goku followed the trail until he reached an ethereal place where he found Senno-sama, the king of everything. However, something was deeply wrong. The tiny figure of Senno-sama, who normally radiated innocence and joy, was wrapped in overwhelming darkness. Goku, the tireless hero, did not hesitate to confront the threat that his own friend represented. The battle that broke out was beyond mortal understanding, with flashes of power that resounded throughout the confines of the multiverse. Goku fought with all his fright, but the darkness emanating from Senno-sama was an unknown and challenging force. In the climax of the confrontation, Goku, with his innate instinct and pure heart, intuited that this darkness did not naturally come from Senno-sama. It was as if an ancient evil had infiltrated the heart of the king of everything, corrupting him from within. Determined to discover the truth behind the corruption of Senno-sama, Goku prepared for a search that would take him through unexplored dimensions and unimaginable cosmic challenges. The fate of the multiverse was hanging in the balance as Goku embarked on the odyssey of his life. Part 2: The Trip to the Unknown. Goku, with burning determination in his heart, embarked on a journey that would take him beyond the limits of known multiverse. Following the cosmic trails and energetic signals, he ventured through unexplored dimensions where the reality itself was twisted and the limits of space and time were blurred. In his journey, Goku met cosmic beings of immeasurable power who revealed fragments of the truth behind the corruption of Senno-sama. He discovered that an ancient dark entity known as Moros sought to take possession of Senno-sama's throne to exercise control over the multiverse. Moros, a god banished by his excessive ambition, had found a way to infiltrate Senno-sama's heart and corrupt his divine essence. This discovery filled Goku with a mixture of anger and sadness, as he was facing not only a friend, but the evil incarnate that threatened existence itself. Goku's journey led him through chaotic dimensions and dazzling cosmic landscapes. In each step, he faced challenges that put his limits to the test and expanded his abilities beyond what he had imagined. With each victory, Goku absorbed fragments of the pure essence of the multiverse. The kingdoms he visited, strengthening his connection with the very fabric of the multiverse. As he advanced, Goku met benevolent beings who gave him ancestral knowledge and cosmic techniques. He learned to manipulate divine energies and to unravel the traps of space-time. Each new power he acquired brought him closer to the truth behind the corruption of Senno-sama. But he also faced the reality that the battle for the multiverse would be an unparalleled test of his courage and determination. The warrior Saiyan, with his indomitable spirit, advanced towards the unknown, ready to challenge the dark forces that threatened the stability of the cosmos. On the cosmic horizon, an uncertain fate awaited Goku as he entered the next phase of his odyssey to free his friend from the clutches of corruption and face the villain who had infiltrated the heart of Senno-sama. Part 3: The Refuge of the Ancient Gods. Goku, now imbued with the knowledge and powers of the kingdoms he had visited, was at the threshold of a sacred dimension, the refuge of the ancient gods. This place, hidden in the depths of the multiverse, served as a bastion for the benevolent gods that had existed since immemorial. Upon entering the refuge, Goku was received by divine beings of ancestral wisdom. The ancient gods, aware of the threat posed by Moros, shared with him the cosmic legends that spoke of the duality and fundamental balance of the multiverse. He discovered that in ancient times, Senno-sama had been a defender of this duality, ensuring that the opposing forces coexisted in harmony. However, Moros, with his excessive ambition, had tried to usurp Senno-sama's power, corrupting his essence and sowing discord in the multiverse. Goku, now aware of the importance of duality, committed himself to restoring balance and freeing Senno-sama from the clutches of darkness. The ancient gods, recognizing the purity of Goku's heart, taught him cosmic techniques that only those chosen could master. He learned to fuse the energies of light and darkness within himself, becoming a being of balance that could challenge Moros in a unique way. Before leaving, Goku received a sacred relic, the Sphere of Creation, an ancient artifact that possessed the power to purify divine essences. With this tool, Goku had the key to free Senno-sama and face Moros in a cosmic battle that would decide the fate of the multiverse. With his new wisdom and cosmic powers, Goku left the refuge of the ancient gods, prepared for the confrontation that would lead him to the deepest shadows of the multiverse. The Sphere of Creation shone in his hands, a light of hope in his search to redeem his old friend and face the villain who had infiltrated the heart of Senno-sama. Part 4. The Path of Duality. Armed with the wisdom of the ancient gods and the Sphere of Creation, Goku continued his journey to the darkest corners of the multiverse. As he advanced, the darkness intensified, announcing the proximity of Moros and the corruption that he had sown in Senno-sama. Goku, with his acute instinct and his heart full of determination, reached a kingdom where the laws of space and time seemed to be distorted. It was the very heart of the darkness where Moros awaited, feeding on the divine essence of Senno-sama to strengthen his own malevolent existence. The battle that ensued was a storm of cosmic energy. Goku, channeling the duality he had learned to master, faced Moros with the Sphere of Creation in hand. Each blow resonated like an echo in the multiverse, while the opposing forces collided in a frenzy of light and darkness. Moros, however, proved to be a cunning and ruthless adversary. He used his ancestral knowledge to counter Goku's techniques and manipulated Senno-sama's shadows to trigger doubts and fears in the heart of the warrior Saiyan. The battle became increasingly intense, and Goku was in a fight not only against Moros, but also against the residual darkness that threatened to consume him. In a critical moment, Goku remembered the teachings of the ancient gods about duality. He understood that the fight was not only against Moros, but also against the shadows within himself. With an act of pure will, Goku released the ties of residual darkness, allowing the light of duality to shine more intensely. With this new understanding, Goku merged the energy of light and darkness into a definitive attack. The Sphere of Creation shone with a dazzling intensity, and with a majestic twist, it released an explosion of purifying energy that enveloped Moros and Senno-sama. The king of everything, freed from the darkness that imprisoned him, regained his original essence. Goku, with the power of duality, had purified both his friend and his enemy. Moros, weakened by the light that now flowed in his being, was sealed in a separate dimension, unable to cause more damage in the multiverse. The victory resounded through the kingdoms, and the darkness that once threatened to devour everything was replaced by the light of restored duality. Goku, exhausted but full of gratitude, approached Senno-sama, who looked at him with eyes full of recognition and gratitude. The king of everything, freed from the corruption, extended his hand to Goku, sealing an alliance that would last through the time. With the defeated darkness and duality restored, Goku and Senno-sama contemplated a new dawn in the multiverse. However, Goku's journey was far from over. New challenges and mysteries awaited, and the warrior Saiyan, now more connected than ever with cosmic duality, prepared for the final pages of his epic odyssey. Part 5. The rebirth of duality. With Moro sealed and duality restored in the multiverse, Goku and Senno-sama contemplated the kingdoms in harmony. However, the victory was not only a relief, it also marked the rebirth of an era of cosmic balance. Goku, with his more connection to duality, became the guardian of this restored harmony. Along with Senno-sama, they embarked on a journey through the kingdoms, making sure that light and darkness coexisted in perfect synchrony. The celestial and mortal beings recognized Goku as the defender of duality, a title he carried with humility. During his journey, Goku met beings from all corners of the multiverse, sharing the lessons learned in his fight against Moros. He inspired others to embrace their own dualities, to understand that the coexistence of opposing forces was essential for growth and evolution. However, in the shadow of this newly discovered peace, cosmic mysteries arose. Goku, now more sensitive to the fluctuations of balance, detected a dimensional distortion in the energies of the multiverse. Deepening into this anomaly, he discovered a dimensional crack that threatened to destabilize everything he had achieved. The crack was a remnant echo of Moros's influence, a gap between the dimensions that could give way to dark forces if it was not closed properly. Goku, guided by his new connection to duality, understood that the battle for balance never really ended. It was a constant dance between light and darkness. With Senno-sama by his side, Goku embarked on a new mission to close the dimensional crack and preserve the harmony of the multiverse. This challenge, although minor in comparison to the last threat, was a reminder that cosmic duality required constant vigilance. The dual warrior, with the spear of creation in hand, faced the dimensional crack with determination. As light and darkness intertwined in a cosmic ballet, in that way, parallel lines would exist again, and the evil Goku could see his friends and his universe again. In the same way, the Goku he had absorbed would have returned to his original parallel line, so from now on, each and every one of the parallel lines would live in peace and harmony again. Well, apparently you didn't have to send that parallel line to intervene, Son Goku. Son Goku of that parallel line and his Gohan were able to solve the dimensional conflict. I'm a little surprised, I said Owari, the infinite god, while saying in a neutral tone to Goku. Yes, apparently it was not necessary for me to intervene. It really surprises me that neither I from that temporal line and Gohan have achieved the fusion. Besides, that transformation of Gohan is something I had never seen in my dimension. Really, this multiverse of parallel lines is something completely incredible, I said Goku, quite surprised, but at the same time happy that his version of that dimension has been able to solve the problem on his own, along with Gohan. I'll tell you a secret. That parallel line of that Son Goku was not so far from yours. It was only separated by a few dozen parallel lines. You can notice it, since both have something in common. Both were locked in the room of time, although, well, one more than the other. I said Owari again with a completely neutral voice. Yes, I'm seeing that. Besides, that means that if the problem that Son Goku had caused had continued, sooner or later my parallel line would have arrived. It is not so? I said Goku something serious, looking at Owari. Yes, that's right. Feel lucky. All that matter was already resolved, although there are many parallel lines that need intervention. So, what do you think? Do you want to continue seeing the multiverse? There is an alternative line where you lost all your friends and you became the only warrior on the planet. There is also an alternative line where you thought you were betrayed and you had been locked in the room of time by a version of yours of the multiverse. Moreover, in that parallel line, you merged with Gohan. That is the parallel line that we just observed. It is just the one we just saw. I said Owari. There is also a parallel line where you were designated as an angel of the Universe 9 and an angel called Miko without trying to end you. There is even a parallel line where your parents managed to survive. Don't you find all that fascinating, Son Goku? The next parallel line is the one I need you to take care of. You must go and help. That dimension is in danger," I said, Owari, showing Son Goku a parallel line and taking care of it as a mission. Goku sealed the crack, restoring stability in the very fabric of the multiverse. The rebirth of duality was manifested in this victory, and Goku understood that his role as guardian of cosmic harmony was eternal. With a heart full of purpose and the promise of new adventures, Goku looked towards the starry horizon, ready to face any challenge that the multiverse presented to him. The story of the dual warrior was far from reaching its conclusion, and the cosmic destiny wove new plots in its eternal odyssey. As the multiverse stabilized under Goku's surveillance, new signs of malevolence were hidden in the oldest shadows. An ancestral presence lay in the darkness, a dark force that for eons had remained latent, waiting for the right time to emerge. Goku, with his cosmic sensitivity, perceived the disturbing presence as he explored the remotest corners of space-time, where the old shadows awaited their awakening. There, Goku faced dark beings who had been banished to the depths of cosmic oblivion. They were vestiges of a distant past, an era in which duality was in imbalance and darkness threatened to consume everything. Among them emerged a leader of dark forces, a being who had observed the rise and fall of gods throughout the eons. This dark leader, known as Umbra, had been waiting for his time to claim the multiverse. His goal was to free Moros and trigger such profound darkness that it would even consume the duality restored by Goku. Umbra, with his ancestral cunning, had infiltrated the darkest corners of existence, weaving his threads through dimensions and eras. Goku, when facing Umbra, felt a darkness that surpassed even that which Moros had manifested. The Dark Leader, with a mocking laugh, revealed that Moros was nothing more than a pawn in his master plan. Umbra intended to use duality itself as a catalyst to unleash such profound darkness that it would annihilate all hope and light in the multiverse. The battle that broke out between Goku and Umbra was a test of the cunning and strength of both sides. Goku, with his mastery of duality, tried to counteract Umbra's dark powers. Each movement resonated in cosmic eternity as both contenders fought to impose their will on the very fabric of reality. In the middle of the battle, Goku felt that the duality within him was subject to extreme tests. Umbra's darkness tried to corrupt his essence, but the dual warrior remembered the lessons learned in his odyssey. With an explosion of determination, Goku raised the light of duality to new heights, challenging the shadows that threatened to envelop him. The confrontation with Umbra marked the beginning of a new and epic cosmic battle. As Goku faced the leader of the ancient shadows, the fate of the multiverse was hanging in the balance. Duality once again erected itself as the last hope against a darkness that sought to sink everything in the eternal abyss. He learned to distinguish between reality and illusions, to find light within darkness. The labyrinth of dark dimensions, although apparently endless, became increasingly permeable to Goku's influence. Finally, in the heart of the labyrinth, Goku faced a direct manifestation of Umbra. The battle that followed was a cosmic dance of energies where Goku's duality collided with the shadows that intended to eclipse everything. Each punch, each wave of energy resonated through the dark dimensions, and the fate of the multiverse hung in a thread. With a final explosion of energy, Goku managed to detach the dark dimensions and face Umbra directly. Duality shone like a star in the darkness, and with an act of pure will, Goku sealed the ancient shadows in the core of the labyrinth, restoring stability to the multiverse once again. The dual warrior, although exhausted by the battle, emerged victorious from the labyrinth of dark dimensions. With his connection with strengthened duality, Goku prepared for the final challenges that awaited him, aware that the fight against the shadows was not only an external battle, but also an internal journey that led him to explore the deepest corners of his own being. Part 8. The awakening of the cosmic consciousness. With the dark dimensions sealed and Umbra neutralized, the multiverse breathed a sigh of relief. Goku, the dual warrior, contemplated the vast cosmic panorama, knowing that the imminent threat had been overcome. However, duality taught that even in victory, new lessons were expected to be discovered. In the moments after the battle, Goku plunged into a deep state of cosmic reflection. The duality, which had been his guide through countless challenges, revealed itself as more than a cosmic force. It was a form of consciousness that connected all beings in the multiverse. This awakening of cosmic consciousness allowed Goku to perceive the energies of the kingdoms and understand that each action, each choice resonated through the vastness of time and space. With this new perspective, Goku embarked on a search to share his understanding with other conscious beings. He visited distant worlds and forgotten kingdoms, sharing the teachings of duality and the importance of balancing opposing forces. The beings of the entire multiverse, inspired by the history of the dual warrior, began to explore their own internal dualities. In his journey, Goku also discovered that cosmic consciousness allowed him to access ancestral knowledge and visions of the past and the future. He saw the eras in which duality had been challenged and the consequences of cosmic choices. Through these visions, he understood that the balance between light and darkness was an eternal dance, a symphony that created the harmony of the multiverse. However, in the midst of this expansion of consciousness, Goku felt a disturbance in the cosmic energies. An ancient presence, a residual force of darkness that he had previously faced, seemed to beat in the shadows of space-time. It was as if an echo of the ancient threat still persisted, waiting for the right moment to manifest again. With cosmic consciousness as his guide, Goku prepared himself to face this new challenge. The dual warrior, imbued with the wisdom of duality and the understanding of the very fabric of the multiverse, became the guardian of cosmic consciousness, ready to face any threat that might arise and preserve the balance that sustained existence itself. The journey of the dual warrior continued, now in a higher plane of cosmic consciousness and responsibility. Part 9. The Infinite Dance of Duality. Cosmic consciousness spread through all the corners of the multiverse, guided by the wisdom of the dual warrior. Goku, imbued with the power of duality and the vision of cosmic consciousness, became a beacon of light in the celestial and mortal realms. As he explored the dimensions, Goku noticed that the disturbance in the cosmic energies was intensifying. An ancient shadow arose, challenging the recently restored stability. This new adversary, known as Nyx, was a cosmic entity that fed on duality itself, seeking to unbalance harmony and submerge the multiverse in endless chaos. Nyx, with his cunning and unfathomable power, launched an assault on the realms, unleashing dark forces that even challenged the understanding of the dual warrior. Goku, aware that duality was not only a cosmic force but also a conscious choice, prepared to face this new challenge. The battle that was fought was a cosmic dance of opposing forces. Nyx, with his ability to manipulate shadows, challenged Goku's duality. Light and darkness collided in a whirlwind of energy that resonated in every corner of the multiverse. Goku, tapping into cosmic consciousness, understood that Nyx was not only an external threat, but also a manifestation of the inner shadows that lurked in the hearts of conscious beings. With this understanding, the dual warrior extended his influence to the beings affected by Nyx, inspiring them to embrace their own dualities and resist the shadows that threatened to consume them. The battle reached its climax in a titanic confrontation in the heart of the multiverse. Goku, with cosmic consciousness as his guide and duality as his weapon, unleashed a power that resonated in harmony with creation itself. The light of duality and cosmic consciousness enveloped Nyx, purifying the shadows that fed her. With a dazzling glow, Nyx was neutralized, her dark plans detracted by the unstoppable force of restored duality. Goku, exhausted but full of determination, contemplated the resurgence of cosmic stability. Cosmic consciousness vibrated in tune with duality, and the dual warrior became the eternal guardian of this balance. The multiverse, although it would always face challenges, knew that the infinite dance of duality would continue. Goku, with his cosmic wisdom, erected himself as the defender of universal harmony, guiding conscious beings through the eternal dance of light and darkness. The story of the dual warrior continued, an endless odyssey in which duality became the force that sustained the wonder and complexity of the infinite universe. With cosmic consciousness as his ally, Goku prepared himself for new horizons, ready to face the cosmic challenges that await and perpetuate the eternal dance of duality. Part 10. The Echo of Infinity. After Nyx's defeat and the restoration of duality in the multiverse, Goku, the dual warrior, was in a moment of pause and reflection. Cosmic consciousness gave him a deeper connection with the threads of time and space, allowing him to glimpse the echoes of infinity that resonated through eternity. Goku perceived a cosmic resonance, an echo of an ancient era that extended long before his existence. This echo carried with it the whisper of an ancient prophecy, a warning of an even greater challenge that was approaching on the cosmic horizon. A primordial darkness, an ancestral entity that had been awakened by the disturbance in the energies of the multiverse. The entity, known as Erebos, was the very personification of primordial darkness, a force that had existed since time immemorial. His awakening threatened to consume the multiverse in an eternal abyss, evaporating even the duality restored by Goku. With unbreakable determination, Goku prepared himself to face this new challenge. Cosmic consciousness gave him a clearer vision of the realms affected by the darkness of Erebos. The dual warrior, with the sphere of creation shining with intensity, undertook a journey through dimensions and planes of existence, gathering allies and preparing for the final battle. As he advanced, Goku met beings of cosmic powers and ancestral wisdom. The celestial beings, aware of the imminent danger, joined the dual warrior in his quest to stop Erebos. Together, they formed an alliance that covered the limits of the multiverse, ready to face the echo of infinity and preserve the light of duality. The battle against Erebos promised to be the most challenging test for Goku so far. Primordial darkness manifested itself as an unstoppable force, an endless tide that threatened to swallow everything in its path. The dual warrior, guided by cosmic consciousness and the wisdom accumulated in his epic odyssey, stood as the ultimate defender of the duality and harmony of the multiverse. In the crossroads of infinity, Goku was preparing to challenge the ancestral echo that resounded in the confines of time and space. The cosmic destiny awaited, and the dual warrior, imbued with the very essence of duality, advanced towards the confrontation that would decide the course of the infinite universe. Part 11. The Song of Infinity. Goku, accompanied by the cosmic alliance he had forged, entered the depths of the multiverse, pursuing the echo of infinity that resonated with the primordial darkness of Erebos. The kingdoms trembled before the arrival of the ancestral entity, and duality was agitated in response, like a cosmic symphony that anticipated the imminent battle. The path to Erebos led the dual warrior through forgotten dimensions and lost kingdoms in the fabric of time. Throughout his journey, Goku shared the teachings of duality with those beings who crossed his path, seeking to strengthen the light that would resist the ancestral darkness. In his search, Goku also found cosmic artifacts and ancient knowledge that would strengthen his connection with duality. These acquisitions, combined with the cosmic consciousness that had awakened in him, prepared him to face the echo of infinity in a way that went beyond any previous challenge. Finally, Goku and his cosmic alliance reached the epicenter of the echo of infinity, where Erebos awaited in the primordial shadows. The darkness emanating from the ancestral entity was palpable, like a black tide that threatened to devour the light of the multiverse. The battle that followed was a cosmic chant of opposing forces. Erebos, with his imposing presence, challenged Goku's duality, seeking to immerse him in the primordial darkness. However, the dual warrior, with his strongest connection ever, faced the darkness with the light of duality. The kingdoms resonated with the intensity of the battle, like a cosmic opera that narrated the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Goku, taking advantage of the cosmic consciousness and the wisdom accumulated throughout his journeys, unleashed techniques and powers that resonated in harmony with creation itself. With each blow, each burst of energy, Goku purified the darkness that emanated from Erebos. The Cosmic Alliance joined the chant of infinity, each being contributing to the symphony of duality that defied the ancestral shadows. At a culminating moment, Goku, with the sphere of creation shining with intensity, channeled duality into a definitive attack. Light and darkness intertwined in a cosmic explosion that enveloped Erebos. The ancestral entity, weakened by the combined force of the Cosmic Alliance and the restored duality, was sealed in the depths of the multiverse, unable to unleash its darkness once again. Goku, exhausted but full of gratitude, contemplated the stability that he had restored once again. The cosmic consciousness vibrated in harmony with duality, and the multiverse, although it would always face challenges, knew that light would prevail over darkness. The dual warrior, with his connection strengthened with duality and cosmic consciousness, was erected as the eternal guardian of balance. The cosmic opera continued, with Goku as the protagonist in the eternal dance of light and shadow that wove existence itself. Part 12. The Rebirth of the Universe. After the victory over Erebos, the multiverse plunged into a period of peace and restoration. Goku, the dual warrior, became the beacon of light that guided conscious beings in the preservation of duality. The cosmic consciousness that had awakened in him spread, connecting the kingdoms in a network of understanding and balance. However, in the most remote corners of space-time, a cosmic change took place. The essence of duality and cosmic consciousness flowed as currents of energy, creating a vortex in the nucleonism of the multiverse. This vortex was the antecedent of a transcendental cosmic event, the rebirth of the universe in a new era. Goku, feeling the cosmic currents that were woven around him, understood that the rebirth was linked to duality and cosmic consciousness. He embarked on a search to understand the purpose behind this cosmic event and prepare for what was to come. As Goku explored the kingdoms, he came across ancestral beings and cosmic entities that possessed ancient knowledge. He discovered that the rebirth of the universe was a miracle. A unique opportunity arose to renew cosmic energy, allowing duality to flourish in even more wondrous ways. The sphere of creation, imbued with the essence of duality, became the focal point of this rebirth. Goku, guided by the cosmic consciousness, began channeling the energy of duality into the sphere, preparing the universe for its transformation. In the midst of this cosmic ceremony, Goku experienced visions of limitless possibilities. He saw worlds being born and stars dancing in entirely new celestial patterns. Duality, as a creative force, shaped the fabric of the universe in a symphony of colors and energies never before witnessed. The rebirth of the universe reached its climax when Goku, with the sphere of creation glowing with intensity, released the energy of duality into space-time. A cosmic explosion engulfed the multiverse, transforming reality into a new manifestation of restored duality. As the energy waves faded, Goku gazed in awe at the rebirth of the universe. The kingdoms shone with renewed brilliance, and cosmic consciousness vibrated in harmony with duality in its purest form. The dual warrior, now a witness of the renewed universe, prepared for the new adventures and challenges that awaited in this newborn era. With duality as his guide and cosmic consciousness as his ally, Goku became the pillar that sustained the wonder of the multiverse in its continuous rebirth, ready to explore the cosmic horizons and perpetuate the eternal dance of light and shadow. With the universe newly reborn, Goku, the dual warrior, embarked on an exploration of the realms transformed by the energy of duality. Cosmic consciousness, his constant guide, revealed to him the mysteries of the very fabric of the multiverse, where every thread of light and shadow was woven into a cosmic tapestry. As Goku traveled through the reshaped dimensions, he noticed that duality was taking new forms and expressions. Worlds once shrouded in darkness were illuminated by the light of harmony, and creatures that were once divided were finding inner balance. Duality manifested in ways that defied conventional understanding, creating an interconnected web of energies that vibrated in a unique cosmic resonance. In his journey, Goku encountered cosmic beings that had emerged as guardians of duality in its new forms. These beings, aware of the essence they shared with the dual warrior, joined him in the preservation of cosmic balance. Together, they wove new threads on the loom of destiny, forming a network of cooperation that spanned the multiverse. However, cosmic consciousness also revealed to Goku that challenges and threats still lingered in this newly renewed universe. In the farthest reaches, where duality manifested in unexplored forms, unknown forces arose, challenging the newly established harmony. Goku, with the Dragon Ball in hand, became the guardian of the cosmic loom of destiny. He dedicated himself to preserving duality in all its forms, understanding that harmony arose from the balanced interaction of opposing forces.
Every choice, every action resonated throughout the cosmic loom, influencing the very fabric of the multiverse. In his role as protector of duality, Goku also sought to understand the new expressions of this cosmic force. He immersed himself in realms where duality took on astonishing forms, where light and darkness intertwined in celestial dances and energies merged into intricate patterns. The dual warrior, as he explored the limits of reality, realized that duality was infinitely creative and adaptable. The very essence of duality lay not only in the coexistence of opposing forces, but also in the capacity for constant transformation and renewal. Amidst the loom of cosmic destiny, Goku became a weaver of experiences and a guardian of the eternal dance of duality. The renewed universe stretched before him like a blank canvas, brimming with infinite possibilities and exhilarating challenges. Guided by cosmic consciousness, the dual warrior prepared to continue weaving the story of the multiverse into an eternal symphony of light and shadow. The threshold of eternity. As Goku explored the renewed realms of the multiverse, he realized that the loom of cosmic destiny was intricately connected to the threshold of eternity. Cosmic consciousness revealed to Goku that beyond the confines of time and space, an ethereal realm existed where duality transcended conventional notions. This threshold of eternity was a place where the energies of light and darkness intertwined in a timeless dance. Goku, the dual warrior,
felt the call of this mysterious realm. As Goku realized that his connection to duality was guiding him toward a new understanding of existence itself, he crossed the threshold of eternity, finding himself immersed in a reality beyond conventional perceptions. Here, duality was not merely a force balancing opposites, but a constant flow of energy weaving the very fabric of the cosmos. In this ethereal realm, Goku encountered cosmic entities that embodied the very essence of duality. These beings, known as the Guardians of the Threshold, revealed to the dual warrior the deepest secrets of the universe. They showed him that duality was not simply a feature of the multiverse, but the very essence of creation, the force that fueled the continuous rebirth of all things. The Guardians of the Threshold guided Goku through visions of crucial moments in the history of the multiverse. He saw how duality had been the driving force behind cosmic events, from the creation of stars to the rise and fall of civilizations. Every event, every choice resonated through eternity, forming part of a cosmic narrative that stretched beyond the limits of time. At this threshold of eternity, Goku experienced a complete fusion with duality. He became a living manifestation of opposing forces dancing in harmony, carrying with him the wisdom of cosmic consciousness and the experience accumulated throughout his countless odysseys. With his newfound understanding, Goku returned to the multiverse, carrying with him the essence of the threshold of eternity. He became the beacon guiding sentient beings toward understanding their role in the cosmic dance. The renewed realms resonated with an even more vibrant energy, as duality expressed itself in ways that defied imagination. The dual warrior, imbued with the essence of eternity, became the guardian who crossed the boundaries between time and timelessness. His journey continued, leading him to explore the deepest corners of existence, where duality wove the inexhaustible history of the multiverse into an eternal symphony of light and shadow. Part 15: The Eternal Symphony. With the essence of the threshold of eternity resonating within him, Goku, the dual warrior, stood as the living symbol of the eternal dance of duality. His presence radiated a light that pierced the boundaries of time and space, connecting every corner of the multiverse in an eternal symphony of light and shadow. The cosmic consciousness revealed to Goku that although his journey had led to the restoration and understanding of duality, the history of the multiverse was a constant flow of experiences and challenges. Duality, as an eternal force, transcended even the most complex narratives, forming part of a cosmic melody that stretched to infinity. At this culminating point in his odyssey, Goku became the conductor of this eternal symphony. Guided by duality and cosmic consciousness, he explored realms and dimensions, sharing his wisdom with those sentient beings he encountered. He inspired entire civilizations to embrace duality, to understand that light and darkness were inseparable parts of the same cosmic truth. As the dual warrior wove new experiences into the tapestry of time, he also preserved cosmic balance. Duality, in its most wondrous and unknown forms, was embraced by sentient beings, bringing with it the understanding that harmony arose from the coexistence and acceptance of opposing forces. In this final chapter of his cosmic epic, Goku, with the sphere of creation glowing in his hand, ascended to a higher plane of existence. He became a witness to the eternal symphony emanating from the heart of the multiverse, where every choice, every action resonated like a single note in the endless melody of duality. The cosmic consciousness that had guided him throughout his journey merged with Goku's very essence. The dual warrior, now an integral part of the eternal cosmic dance, became a beacon of light that transcended the boundaries of time and space. His presence dissolved into the vastness of the multiverse, but his influence endured like an eternal echo in the symphony of duality. And so concluded the cosmic epic of Goku, the Dual Warrior, a journey that embraced duality in all its forms and carried the light of understanding to every corner of infinity. The eternal symphony continued, woven by the endless dance of duality, where every conscious being was part of a cosmic narrative unfolding into eternity. In this way, the parallel timelines would exist again, and the evil Goku could see his friends and his universe once more. Likewise, the Gokus he had absorbed would have returned to their original parallel timelines. Or that from now on, every and all parallel timelines would once again live in peace and harmony. Well, it seems it wasn't necessary to send you to that parallel timeline to intervene. Son Goku, the Goku of that parallel timeline, and his Gohan managed to resolve the dimensional conflict. I'm somewhat surprised. Owari said to Goku in a neutral tone. Yes, it seems it wasn't necessary for me to intervene. I'm truly surprised that neither me from that timeline nor Gohan managed to fuse. Furthermore, that transformation of Gohan's is something I've never seen in my dimension. This multiverse of parallel timelines is truly incredible. Goku said, quite surprised, but also pleased that his version from that dimension had been able to resolve the problem on his own, along with Gohan. I'll tell you a secret. That parallel timeline of that Goku wasn't that far from yours, only separated by a few dozen parallel lines. You can see it since you both have something in common. You both were imprisoned in the hyperbolic time chamber, though, well, one more than the other. Owari said to Goku again in a completely neutral voice. Yes, that's what I'm seeing. Besides, that means that if the problem caused by the evil Son Goku had continued, sooner or later it would have reached my parallel timeline, wouldn't it?
Goku said somewhat seriously, looking at Owari. Yes, that's right. Consider yourself lucky. That whole matter has been resolved. However, there are many parallel timelines that need intervention. So what do you say? Do you want to continue exploring the multiverse? There's an alternate timeline where you lost all your friends and became the only warrior on the planet. There's also an alternate timeline where you believed you'd been betrayed and imprisoned in the hyperbolic time chamber by a version of yourself from the multiverse. Furthermore, in that parallel timeline, you fused with Gohan. That's the parallel timeline we just observed. It's the one we just saw, Owari would say. There's also a parallel timeline where you were designated as an angel of Universe 9, and an angel named Miku didn't try to kill you. There's even a parallel timeline where your parents managed to survive. Isn't all of that fascinating, Son Goku? Owari asked, showing Son Goku a parallel timeline and entrusting it to him as a mission. The next parallel timeline is the one I need you to take care of. You must go and help. That dimension is in danger. Several days would pass after the entire problem was resolved. Isn't all of that fascinating, Son Goku? Goku had spent all this time with his family and friends, thoroughly enjoying it. This was quite unusual behavior for the Saiyan, as he typically preferred training above all else. However, given what had happened, Goku was spending more time with those he considered important in his life. Of course, he didn't neglect his training, working out occasionally to maintain his fitness. During one of these peaceful moments with his friends, Owari spoke to him telepathically, so only Goku could hear. Son Goku, I request your presence at my palace. I have your first task. You have 5 minutes to inform your loved ones of the reason for your departure. Whisper said this in his mythical, strange, yet neutral voice.
Upon hearing these words, Goku sighed, then smiled and went to tell his family that he had to leave but would return as soon as he could. They understood and bid Goku farewell with broad smiles, wishing him well and hoping for his safe return. "I'm ready," Goku would say to himself, and shortly after, Awari would teleport him to his palace. Awari, who was sitting as usual, would stare intently at Goku. "Today, I'll assign you your first mission, Son Goku. It concerns a parallel timeline that's been lost, a variant of another parallel timeline." Awari would explain it to Goku. "Look, there's a parallel timeline where Son Goku and Frieza were imprisoned for 10,000 years in the hyperbolic time chamber. They both trained, became extremely strong, and Frieza manipulated that Son Goku and almost succeeded in his goal of eliminating Zeno, Grand Priest, and Son Goku. However, he was stopped by the latter three, so that parallel timeline remained safe. However, its variant, that is, the alternate parallel timeline, didn't fare so well." Awari would say, showing him a kind of hologram video of Goku. Goku, through that hologram, would observe how Frieza in that parallel timeline had defeated Zeno and all the gods, including, of course, Goku and his friends and anyone else who could pose a threat, not to mention the savior god of that parallel timeline. It's truly frustrating and depressing that this destiny. I don't know who had that parallel timeline, but I thought you didn't care if we or the villains won in the parallel timelines, Goku said, looking at Awari again. "And that's right, I'm not biased towards either side. I don't care who wins. The problem is that Frieza is full of himself. He thinks he's the god of everything, that there is and will be no one above him. So he intends to erase all existence in that parallel timeline and create his own. And that I can't allow. I can't let him complicate my work even more," Awari said, without hesitation. "Okay, fine. So what am I supposed to do?" Goku asked, accepting Awari's mission. "All you have to do is, without wasting any time, eliminate Frieza and use this to reset that parallel timeline." Awari threw at him a kind of Goku sphere, identical to the sphere the savior god used to reset his parallel timeline. "Use it. Select the parallel timeline I told you about, but with a slight change. For example, you could make it so that instead of 10,000 years locked in the hyperbolic time chamber, only 5,000 years pass," Awari said, giving Goku some freedom to slightly alter the parallel timeline at the time of the reset. "I understand. Good. Send me to the parallel timeline. I'll complete my task quickly if it means I can return to my family," Goku said, preparing to carry out his mission. After a few seconds, Goku was teleported by Awari to that parallel timeline to fulfill his objective. Without wasting any more time, Goku teleported toward the gigantic key he sensed to quickly end the mission and freeze in place. Goku appeared before what seemed to be Frieza, who was enjoying himself by slowly destroying planets and civilizations. Frieza was utterly surprised by Goku's sudden appearance. "But what? What are you doing here? I destroyed you. I even destroyed the other world so you wouldn't have a chance to return. Why are you still alive?" Frieza asked, terrified. "Don't worry, you succeeded in eliminating my counterpart from this parallel timeline. However, I come from another one," Goku said, raising his power to its maximum with his Ultra Instinct at 100%. Seeing this, Frieza opted to use his Black Frieza transformation, preparing for the fight. Goku managed to strike Frieza hard in the stomach, causing him to spit up blood from the powerful blow. Then, Goku disappeared and reappeared behind Frieza, delivering a powerful kick to his back. He grabbed Frieza's tail and began spinning him around. Finally, Goku released Frieza's tail, sending him flying and crashing into several asteroids. After recovering, Frieza was surprised by the power of this Goku, as he was stronger than the Goku he knew. The 3 blows Goku had just delivered had caused the Emperor significant damage, leaving him somewhat terrified. However, Frieza was interrupted and pulled from his thoughts when he saw Goku approaching him at incredible speed. Frieza began firing energy beams at Goku, but Goku managed to dodge and deflect each and every one. With no other option, Frieza created a giant energy ball and hurled it at Goku. Goku, however, used instant transmission to reappear behind Frieza, delivering a powerful knee strike to his back and then grabbing him by the head. Goku began flying toward the energy blast Frieza had launched, and when they were just inches away, Goku slammed Frieza into the blast, causing a massive explosion. After the explosion subsided, Frieza was seen now furious and covered in wounds. Enraged, Frieza launched himself at Goku, unleashing a barrage of blows on the Saiyan.
With some difficulty, Goku managed to dodge every single one of Frieza's attacks, further enraging the Emperor of Evil. Goku shifted from defense to offense, unleashing a barrage of punches and kicks on Frieza, who had no chance to counter them. I admit you're at an amazing level. I never expected you to be capable of reaching these levels, Frieza. However, I'm still stronger than you, and I'm sorry, but I have a mission to complete. Goku would say, giving him a powerful blow to Frieza's face, followed by a strong kick to the chin, sent him reeling. Without wasting any time, Goku charged a powerful Kamehameha, which struck Frieza squarely, reducing him to dust and eliminating this version of Frieza once and for all. After defeating Frieza, Goku appeared somewhat tired from the previous fight, having given his all from the beginning. However, Goku continued with his mission, and from a small crystal, he retrieved the sphere Owari had given him to reset the parallel timeline. Goku reached into the sphere and began to see multiple parallel lines that seemed to stretch on forever. He focused, however, and thought of a parallel line identical to this one, a parallel line where Goku and Frieza were imprisoned for 10,000 years in the hyperbolic time chamber by Zeno. To prevent this parallel line from ending in the same way, Goku modified the maximum time limit for using the hyperbolic time chamber. After 5,000 years, the chamber would slowly begin to deteriorate, forcing anyone inside to leave. This was the change Goku implemented, and once ready, he initiated the reset, causing the parallel line to begin restarting with the change he had made. After the reset began, Goku was teleported back to his palace by Owari. You did a great job on your first mission, Son Goku. Right now, that parallel timeline is resetting thanks to the changes you made to the hyperbolic time chamber. You also succeeded in eliminating Frieza. You did a good job. Well, just like that alternate parallel timeline, there are many more that are considered lost, so you'll have to deal with them and fix them too. But I warn you, those parallel timelines are much more dangerous than the one you just repaired. So for now, rest and get ready, because you'll have a lot to do. Owari said in his neutral voice, teleporting Goku back to Earth along with his family and friends. Good heavens, I really wish all this would be over once and for all, but it seems I have a lot of work ahead of me. Who knows what parallel timelines that guy is sending me to, Goku said with a small sigh, but then smiled and went back to spend time with his family until Owari assigned him a new mission.